Today's 42 days rather on, and the 6 boys abducted from the Lagos State Model College are yet to regain their freedom. Is a count that we say every time that we don't loudspeak in taps.
Absolutely, and we're wishing for the day that the count will stop. When will they be reunited with their parents? Well, joining us in the studio is our education correspondent, Sharon Ijasan. Morning to you, morning, Sharon. You've been on ground to monitor events as they unfold at this Igbonla College. What can you tell us about the latest developments there?
Well, it's mixed feelings for people there. I visited 2 days ago, and the impression I had there wasn't really okay, in the sense that looking at the situation on ground, after 42 days that these children have been abducted, one would expect that security would have been strengthened in the school. But visiting the school, first, we're not allowed to gain entrance into the school premises as a reporter, but I stood there for about an hour plus to observe activities that is actually going on in the school. I actually met a parent who came to return his son to the school premises. There's this feeling I got from students while I was peeping through. I observed that when one of the students came, they were all happy to have him back again. So we're looking at the emotions of these children here. These children are very much aware that some of them are missing, and there's nothing significant going on. If there's anything significant from the state government, they are not speaking, of which this is causing a little bit of apprehension from people and even residents of the community. I was also able to speak with the ballet of Igbonla community, and he shared with us that while they met with the government, they've told them that they need a police post in the school premises, within the school premises that will serve the students and also serve the community at large. Not that policemen will come into the school, then go, and the security isn't tight at all. And with what is on ground now, when the parents shared with me, he said he's scared. The son wants to come back to school. He had to bring him back to school. We have NECO examinations going on. We have a huge chunk of students missing out from this examination.
And that's of course because parents have had to withdraw some of their children,
but some also have the confidence they brought them back. But the thing is, according to the observation, we had RRS vehicle there, about 5 RRS vehicle there, as at when the kidnap took place. But when I visited the school 2 days ago, all I could just see was an RRS vehicle parked in front of the school compound. And according to the parents that checked in his ward, that's the best of security they have at the model school.
What about the bush surrounding the school premises? That was one of the issues raised in the past when the first kidnap occurred, that there was need for the bush to be cleared, and then again this time around. What did you notice?
There's an instruction that reporters or any media people shouldn't be allowed into the school premises. So I did not enter the school, but I went round the school. And what I observed while driving through the school is about maybe 2 minutes away from the school, which is still the fence of the school premises. The fence is low and weak. Then also what I can see from that is the waterways is coming from Ibadan. So also these waterways from that point where the school is leads to Epe's water, which moves as far as Ondo State,
and no security operatives there.
There is nothing. So some of these residents are also saying that securing the waterways is one of the steps that we can take to securing our schools.
So what do we make of the reports then that there was this collaboration between the Navy and the police to not only provide gunboats, for patrolling the waterways, but you have a constant presence of the Navy and the police within that axis? Are you saying you didn't see any sign of?
I spent over 4 hours in Epe, and I didn't see any sign of that. But while I was sampling the opinions of residents of that environment, they shared with me that from time to time, occasionally, they usually have army men moving around the area or community, but not within the waterways.
Wow. So when you spoke with the ballet of Igbonla, what were other issues raised that should be tackled by the government to forestall this kind of incidents?
Well, aside creating a police post, they also insist that the fence is weak, it should be raised up, and also the bush around the environment should be cleared off. According to him, the security post is the most important aspect of securing the school, because the school is quite big and is out of city, or should I say out of town. It's like it was about over an hour from the main town. It's really far. So also the closest place to the school is the waterways. So vis-a-vis of this, the Bale says having a security post is what is most important to securing the school.
What else?
So also while I was driving till I got to probably, it was between Epe and Ikorodu that I actually saw policemen, and those men are actually just to check if there's anybody probably that doesn't have a paper, custom. So I think probably we have to start having policemen that their purview is to ensure that schools or students are being protected.
And is that a general opinion of the residents of that area?
What else can you tell us really stood out for you in terms of your observations in the area?
Stood out in terms of, is it positive or negative?
Both, I guess.
Well, for me, the atmosphere
were you able to even, get a feel of the parents? Because, I mean, they are the ones that was hit, apart from their kids who are, within the environment, First,
yes. This parent, the school is actually a boarding house. That's the first thing. So we couldn't get parents on ground. But I am very much aware that some few weeks ago, this parent came out en masse to protest at the Lagos State House of Assembly. And some of the words they shared while talking to our correspondent there was that if they have enough money to pay the ransom these kidnappers are actually requesting for, their children won't be in that school. So they are calling on the government to wade into action and ensure that these children get back home safe and sound.
All right, let me quickly get your report again on the other school, Model College, Lagos Model College you went to in Badagry, that got a notice from kidnappers as well that they would be attacked. And as at the time you went to get the situation report, you said there was nothing being done as per security being put in place. Tell us what you saw when you went to the one in Cancun.
Well, following the kidnappers' letter that was written, the principal of the school confirmed to me that, in all honesty, a letter was written to them. Now I asked them, what do you have in place to prevent more children being kidnapped? In his words, it's only God that can protect. So now what are we men doing to ensure that we protect these children? We have to do our own works. Even the Bible says you have to do the works associated with your prayers.
Yes, you had to go philosophical there, but very quickly, because we don't have time to continue with this. There was a watchtower erected at the Bonla school as part of security measures in place. Did you notice?
I didn't notice any
such a structure.
I wouldn't know if it's there because they didn't allow us enter into the school premises. But while taking surveillance in the environment, I did not see any watchtower. And the ballet of the community did not mention anything like a watchtower.
Thank you very much, Sharon Ijasan, our correspondent who went to the Igbonla Model College, Lagos Model College at Igbonla, Epe, where 6 students were kidnapped to give a situation report she got just 2 days ago.